AMK Self-Drive for the hire of cars, vans and minibuses. Open 7 days.
This afternoon we're at Hughenden for the Scottish Hydro Premier 3 clash between Dumfries, newcomers to Premier 3 this season, promoted and done pretty well to get a mid-table slot so far, and they're up against Hillhead Jordanhill. Top of the table, Hills, and they're looking for a promotion to Premier 2. Heading up, Falkirk and Howe at the top of the table at the moment, but this could be a bit of a tough one this afternoon against Dumfries. And 3 minutes gone. Line out taken there by Hills, close to the Dumfries line. Oh, big Nick McCauley thundering on there. Takes a bit of stopping that boy. Haddon McPherson out to hooker Greg Haswell. McPherson again, pop up pass there to Nick McCauley. McCauley, oh, unstoppable from that distance. The big prop reaching over there for the opening try after only 3 minutes. My goodness, you wouldn't fancy stopping that man on the hoof, I can tell you. And Dumfries coming back, field position inside the Hills 22. Ball out from Graham Minty to Rory Steele, but the Hills defence pretty solid there. Ball popped up to prop Sean Coburn over the 22. And Minty out to Alex Bryden. Scrappy ball there out to Ken Satala. Satala looking for a bit of space, but nothing at all. But Dumfries won the penalty taken quickly there by Minty. Knocked over just inside the 22, but knocked back 10, said referee Cammy Mather. Chance for the penalty. But oh my goodness, well, Rory Steele will kick a lot harder ones than that, but he'll be kicking himself for missing that one. Big scrum there by Hills. Snaffled there by flanker Stuart Rose. Setting the ball up. Haddon McPherson in there again. Up to hooker Greg Haswell. Haswell again to McCauley. That's pair like an extra pair of halfbacks instead of the front row. Ball worked out wide there. Inside by Dan Whitco. Held up by the Dumfries defence. The ball back again there, and oh, wee bit of a scramble. And offside, said Cammy Mather. And this time up step Gus Twaddle. Fairly straightforward kick, but off the post. But it was Hills who were the more alert, and the ball out there to Robbie Williamson. And Williamson over for try number 2 after only 11 minutes. Well, Twaddle had just missed with that penalty, but no mistake with the conversion. 12-0, 11 minutes gone, and Hills, well, almost cruising. And Dumfries having a fair bit of work to do to get back into it, but inside the Dumfries half, the ball out to midfield there. Satala straightening the line, but to no real avail. Running into a solid tackle from Dan Whitco. And Whitco again in tandem with Stuart Ross. Great defence there from Dumfries. Sean Coburn trying to keep that one alive. And Dumfries with possession, but not getting deep enough into the red zone to pose any real threat. Still in possession, out to Rory Steele. Steele tries a wee chip forward, charged down, and Stuart Rose coming away with the ball. And who's the man in support? It's prop Nick McCauley. What a run by the big man. And then a lovely wee offload to wing Andy Leslie, but Leslie thumped to the ground just short of the line. Haddon McPherson there, out to Martin. Martin out to Rose, and whoops, that was a fairly speculative one, but Robbie Williamson trying to make the most of it. Only 10 metres out. Hill's looking very, very dangerous here. And Martin to Dave Fiskin. Tell you what, Dumfries are certainly putting in the tackles. Oh, and that one knocked on there by Dan Whitco. And the move comes to an end. But Dumfries still under the cosh. Hill still putting on the pressure and finally getting the penalty. After 18 minutes of the game, Gus Twaddle, no problem with that one, taking Hills to 15 points to 0 ahead at the end of the first quarter. Line out, 20 metres from the Dumfries line. Dumfries still under the cosh, and Hills looking dangerous. Ball back for McPherson. McPherson to Michael Martin. Martin, pop-up ball there. Oh, taken out by Rory Steele. Certainly Dumfries might not be attacking too much, but they're a pretty solid defence. McPherson again, up to Haswell. McPherson, this time to Gus Twaddle. 10 metres out from the Dumfries line. Surely something was going to come from this for Hills. Again, Haswell, the man, taking it on. And a wee steal there. But a wee steal from an offside position, said Cammy Mather. No problem for Gus Twaddle. And that penalty took Hills into half-time. 18 points to 0 ahead.
Scrum Magazine. Subscribe online at scrummagazine.com.
AMK Self-Drive for the hire of cars, vans and minibuses. Open 7 days.
There's a long way to come back for Dumfries. 18-0 down going into the second half, but at the start they were in a fair bit of possession, able to put a bit of pressure on, get a decent drive going there. Minty, Steele to Satala, again straightening line, but again hauled down by Dan Whitco. Cavalry arriving for Dumfries, again Steele, pop-up ball there to number 8, Stuart Clanahan, but going absolutely nowhere. Stephen Longwell indulging in some anatomical rearrangement there as the ball worked out for Dumfries. Stuart Clanahan almost through there, but hauled down by Michael Martin. Ball again back at Dumfries' side, but going absolutely nowhere against the Hills defence. Still outside the 22, taken on there by Ross Henderson, almost the 22. That one knocked out of Sean Coburn's hands, and you can't do that, said Cammy Mather. Up step Robbie Steele, and finally Dumfries, after all that effort, get on the board with that penalty after 47 minutes. And Dumfries might not have added to their score, but they certainly stopped Hill scoring until almost 5 minutes from the end of the game. Dan Whitco inside the 22. David Armstrong up to Macaulay. Macaulay taking 2 or 3 tacklers with him, going to ground. Armstrong, Martin, Rose, and Archie Miller, and oh, lovely sidestep, lovely jink, and finishing off with a flourish. That was a bonny try. Try number 3 for Hills, and they'd waited a while for that one. No problem for Gus Twaddle. 25 points to 3, and that was it.
Dumfries were stuffy as we thought they would be, but we just never really got out of first gear at all, so we're a bit disappointed with our performance. But it's a win, so we're still top of the league, so we'll be happy with that.
Well, if that's Keith Robertson happy, I'd hate to be in the Hills dressing room when they get beat. Never mind, they're still top of the table. Dumfries, well, they'll probably survive in Premier 3, because this is as tough a one as they'll come up against. This is Ron Evans for Scottish Rugby Television at Hughenden.
AMK Self-Drive for the hire of cars, vans and minibuses. Open 7 days.